Welcome to DeFi Crypto today's daily news. Hopefully the live feed is working. Trying to check on YouTube if it's working or not. It says we're live. Okay, we are live. See if we can fix this. Okay. All right. So, as always, if you're not following us on Twitter, here's your chance. Welcome, welcome. So, our address is DeFi Crypto T on Twitter. If you need to send me a DM, that's probably the best and easiest way to reach me. I get a lot of DMs, so sometimes I'm slow, and there's a lot of scams in there, so I'm extra careful in the whatever I get in there. But that's one way to reach me. Okay. All right. Let's start with the news. The U.S. court orders Terra and Do Kwon to comply with SEC subpoenas. Yeah, why not? Apparently, the biggest issue that the SEC has with Terra is the mirror protocol, which creates synthetic assets, such as synthetic stocks and other things. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And Do Kwon is suing back the SEC because he says the way it was delivered was improper and so on. Yeah. So anyway, so that's their biggest issue, because essentially stock synthetics are theoretically the equivalent of regular shares, which are securities. So that would come under the purview of the Securities and Exchange Commission in the US. However, the Terra ecosystem is very decentralized. But this is the thing. If you're going to create an organization and you want it to be fully decentralized, and you have an office that's not decentralized, okay, that hires the programmers to create your decentralized protocol, then that office can get sued and shut down and fined, and you can go to jail or whatever. Okay, so people need to keep that in mind. Okay, if they're going to create a protocol that is going to be very disruptive, I mean, I love Mirror. I think Mirror is a great project. I use it. It's a lot easier to buy stocks, synthetic stocks, than to buy regular stocks. And personally, I think all stocks are going to become tokens at some point in the future. So basically, they're just ahead of their time, and the regulators are trying to catch up. And they're going to throw stones at whatever is going to be able to catch a stone. So if you have an office like Terra Labs, okay, personally, I would not have associated an office with my decentralized project. I would try to keep that anonymous somehow. But anyway, I'm not Do Kwon. So that's the first issue today. Now, yesterday I talked about the lovely Canadian government who's freezing people's bank accounts and crypto accounts if they are helping the anti-vaccine truckers that are blocking the trade between Canada and the US. Okay, and you have to understand what they can do and what they cannot do. Here, Kraken is a centralized exchange which operates around the world, including Canada. And the CEO said, we cannot protect you because we are a centralized entity And the government can shut us down, fine us, subpoena the information, force us to freeze your accounts and freeze the crypto you've got on it or whatever. So me personally, I use several centralized exchanges, but I use them as on-ramps, okay, to put my money there, to buy crypto, and then as soon as I've got the crypto there, I take it out. And I use it also the other way, to off-ramp crypto and bring it down as cash if I need to. But I don't leave a lot of money in any centralized exchange at any time. You know, just a few $100s here and there, but nothing meaningful, nothing significant in terms of size. Why? Governments can do what the hell they want, okay? Even if, I'm pretty sure if we were to argue in court in Canada, we could find that it's probably not constitutional what they're doing, okay? They're using an emergency terrorist act, okay, a law against terrorism, okay, and they're pushing the courts to force the banks to freeze those accounts, and they're forcing Kraken and centralized exchanges to freeze those accounts. Okay, are those truckers really terrorists? You know, that can be argued in court. Okay. What I don't like right now is that the Prime Minister gave himself emergency powers as if the security of the entire nation was at stake. Pardon me. Is it really at stake? I don't know. There's a few hundred truckers blocking a road. I don't know. I don't think that endangers the lives of the Canadian citizens. But again, that's something to argue in court. Okay? And what the Canadian government is doing, and we're going to see a couple more articles about this, is using a very strong-arm tactics that's akin to a fascist regime or a totalitarian state. Okay? Theoretically, Canada is not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a democracy. All right. So now this is a kind of interesting topic. The granddaughter of Picasso says the family will continue producing NFTs. See, there's a huge Picasso legacy. Okay, Picasso was very prolific, and I think it's a good idea to issue NFTs. You know, especially if it comes directly from the Picasso family. Why? There are, from time to time, you're going to see reproductions, well, not exactly reproductions, but reissues of prints, like authentic prints that were made by Picasso. So you have the lithographs, okay, which he engraved himself, and originally he issued, I don't know, let's say 500 copies. And then several decades later, the family decided, okay, we're going to make a second print of this. Okay, I've seen that back in the 80s and 90s. So they're still real Picassos, but they're not those that he actually physically himself printed. Now, with the new technology, it does allow for people to get authentic Picasso prints as NFT in the NFT format. It's issued by the family. It's issued using his own works. Okay, it's not a fake. Okay, and I think it's a good idea. Why not? Okay, the artists need to be able to exploit the new technology, dead or alive. And it offers, I think, great opportunities for new artists as well. Okay, and that's why I think there was such a big boom with NFTs, because of the potential, you know. There's a lot of good stuff that can come out of NFTs. Hello everybody, welcome. So the next item. Now apparently gas prices are going down and NFTs are behind this. I haven't read the article yet. So yeah, it used to cost an arm and a leg, it says, just to approve a transaction on the network. Now we're seeing sub $10 moves, or at least close to it. So what are they saying? Gas fees on Ethereum are notoriously high, but since around January 10, they've been dropping. And then it says, when I double checked the cost of giving token approval on decentralized exchange aggregator 1inch, for instance, I was presented with roughly a $13 charge. That's still pretty high, but yeah, it's a lot lower than it used to be. Now, what are they saying? What are they saying? So they're talking about layer 2s here. I know that layer 2s are alleviating a lot of the fees, okay? Because basically you're sending a lot of transactions on layer 2s, so the main network, the layer 1, is less crowded, and so that does reduce the pressure on the transaction fees, so that would help. But now that saying that NFTs are behind this, why aren't they talking about it properly? Says OpenSea broke another record for sales in January, hitting $5 billion in sales. Oh, by the way, OpenSea is not open source. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, it's still a centralized exchange. Okay, and it's funded by VCs and so on. So if the SEC decides that NFTs are a security, because they don't know what they're doing yet, so they might turn anything into a security, they might attack OpenSea, and that would be easy to do, okay, because it has a centralized office, and it's not open source, and it's not decentralized. So if you have a lot of assets on NFT assets on that, that you might want to keep an eye on it. They don't hold custody though, but it might be more difficult to sell your NFTs because you would have to find other markets to sell them. So be careful, watch what the SEC is doing. So okay, so that's NFT trading costs. I think what they're saying is that the NFT market is slowing down a lot. Yeah, it says from February 1 to February 6, volumes on OpenSea halved from 247 million to 124 million. So that's part of the reason why the gas is dropping so much. Okay, finally, they told us after reading the whole article. Now this is again an article about Canada freezing dissidents' Bitcoin wallets. Now, this only works on centralized exchanges. Okay, if you keep your Bitcoin on Binance, on Coinbase, on KuCoin, on whatever, if it's a centralized exchange, the government of any country, it's not just Canada, can take it away from you. They can confiscate your crypto, they can freeze it, they can freeze your accounts, and they can get after you. Okay, obviously if you keep your crypto on MetaMask, they can't touch it much. Okay, all they can do is link your centralized exchange wallet address to wherever you're sending crypto, which could be your MetaMask wallet. Okay, so in theory they could say, okay, well maybe this MetaMask wallet is also yours, but they can't freeze it. Okay, they can't. They don't have a way of doing that. They can definitely freeze anything that's on a centralized exchange. So as always, I think it's better to be prudent and not keep a lot of money on centralized exchanges, just in case your government goes nuts like is happening in Canada right now, and they decide that for whatever reason, okay, you shouldn't be trading crypto, and that your money belongs to them. All right, so be very careful. So apparently there's a lot of the crypto community condemns that, and I condemned it. Okay, it's outrageous that supposedly democratic government, okay, uses such backhanded tactics, okay, just to try to force people to get a freaking vaccine. Okay, I think it's outrageous. Look, I'm fully vaccinated because I think it's a good idea to get vaccinated, but some people think it's a bad idea to get vaccinated. They should have the choice. But we shouldn't have to freeze their bank accounts for that. Okay? It's ridiculous. It's becoming totalitarian, you know? We don't need that. We don't need government to be like 1984, okay, that knows, that has total control over everything, okay, that you do in your life. That's ridiculous. All right. Not this page, this page. Yeah, so here, that's further on the Canadian thing. Now the testing, because it's a precedent, it's a legal precedent, okay? They're testing what they can freeze. So the way the article is written is a little bit misleading. They say they're freezing crypto funds, and you have to go down like about 2 meters down to figure out, oh, it's only on centralized exchanges. And also, kind of funny, they can confiscate your dog. Basically, what they're saying is that if, let's say, you're helping protesters, the anti-vax protesters in Canada right now, and you get entangled with the police or something, and you're in jail for several days, it's the city can take your dog, because it's illegal to leave your dog unattended for several days. Okay, if nobody's taking care of your dog, the city has to intervene. And if you, let's say you're in jail, okay, for several days, and let's say it's over a week, they're gonna confiscate your dog, and you're not gonna get it back unless you pay a fine or God knows what. But yeah, so they're gonna freeze your bank account, take your crypto and your dog. Why not your firstborn child? Why not? Okay. Here, take little Jimmy. It's ridiculous what governments will do. This is a graph that I found very interesting. It says more investors enter the crypto market, but keep multiple financial service providers. Yeah, you should have multiple service providers, just in case one gets frozen, or when one gets hacked on, or the computer network is down, or whatever. You never use only one single provider. But I wanted to give you another look at this little graph here, if we can make it bigger. Let's see that. Yeah, that's much better. Now, this is since from August to December. The percentage of people in various groups, okay, that are holding crypto. Well, baby boomers, nobody's surprised by that, is at the bottom. They're less than 10%. One thing that does surprise me a bit is women in general. What the heck? I thought women like money. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about women, but I thought crypto was a very interesting way to make a lot of money, and for some reason women don't seem to have any interest in crypto. What's up with that? What's up with that? Now, I can understand that people with low income might not be so interested because they probably don't have a lot of disposable income to invest in Bitcoin or whatnot. Okay. Gen Xers, well, that's my generation. Yeah, I'm not surprised also, none of my friends understand Bitcoin. US adults, that's slightly better, but not much. But at least there's an upward trend in the last month. And then you have Gen Z, and you got middle income people. That's getting better. Men are a lot more interested in crypto than women. We're talking like women are what? About 12-13%, and men what? 35%, give or take. So it's what, 2.5 times more interested in crypto than women. That's weird to me. Why this sexual difference? It's like, is it really that women are from Venus and men are from Krypton? Like, what is this? I don't get it. I don't understand why women are not interested. Actually, in my neighbors, a lot of women have crypto. So I don't know. Maybe it's American women. I don't know. Yeah, income over 100,000. That makes sense to me. You have disposable income, and you probably look at your portfolio of stocks and whatnot and say, "What the heck," you know? And you probably figured, well, if I bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, I'd be a multimillionaire today. So yeah, I think these people are more likely to be interested in crypto. And well, millennials, anything that's new and shiny and techy, they're going to be in it. So I'm not surprised by that. But I'm surprised by this. This is women in general, like young women, older women. And I know, I talk to my sisters, they're younger than me, and I'm like, they just don't get it. And even my nephews are like in their 20s. They're not interested. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. My family is so backward. It's ridiculous. What was this? Yes. Oh, this is new. Apparently, there's a lot of scams, crypto scams coming from a lot of countries, and they're giving a hard time to regulators in the US. What countries are we talking about? North Korea and Iran, they always blame those two countries. I'm sure it's not just those two countries. US news, even from Al Jazeera, it's so focused on, propaganda, it's ridiculous. But yeah, no, definitely, I would think there's a lot of, scams coming from all kinds of countries, but I'm sure it's not just these two. So they hired this guy, Yoon Young Choi, who's going to be the first director of National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team. How they're going to enforce that, I have no idea. That's going to be a tough job. I have no idea if they're going to be able to pull this off. Yeah, he says, if we're going to see cryptocurrency gaining more traction and gaining wider adoption, we've got to make sure that the ecosystem that they operate in can be trusted and frankly can be policed. How the heck are you going to police crypto scams out of Iran and North Korea and I don't know, like Russia and Nigeria and India or whatever? I have no idea. I have no idea how you can police that. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay? Especially if the scammers are very smart, they're not going to leave a trace. But then again, a lot of scammers are not that smart, so maybe it's just a question of getting the IP address out of their internet service provider in some cases. Maybe just as easy as that. But come on, Tor. Nobody's using Tor now? It's like, I don't know. Okay, what was this one? Oh, yes. the Hong Kong used to have a crazy, very exciting crypto community, but now it's kind of like a little bit a shadow of its former self. Mostly because the Chinese central government in mainland China is what they want to do is China likes to regulate things. Okay, I have mainland Chinese friends, really good friends, and they really believe in their system. Okay, which is cute. And the thing is, the propaganda is that we want order and not chaos. Okay, so the government in China actually does a lot of good things. Okay, you don't get to see a lot of that in the Western media, but in the last 20 years, 500 million, like 500 million people went out of poverty. Okay, got raised from poverty to middle class, which is fantastic. Okay, so the government over there is not just oppressive. Okay, it has a lot of good policies in place, and it really wants, in general, okay, it really wants to help the people have a good life. Okay, however, basically they want to people's stomachs to be fed, but then you shut your mouth after you eat. Okay. Okay, if you don't like the taste of the rice bowl today, shut your mouth. Okay, you got a rice bowl. Okay, so yeah, so the way I simulate my perception of the way the Chinese government wants to operate is a little bit like a termite or an ant nest. Okay. Everybody in the colony, in the nest, okay, has to live for the nest. You don't live for yourself. Okay, so you have to be useful for the entire nest. If you're not useful for the entire nest, you're an enemy of the nest. And as ants and termites would do, is that if some of their the termites go and don't do the job they're supposed to be doing, or they're creating problems, they're going to get exterminated. Even the queen, the ant queen or the termite queen, if she stops laying eggs, she's useless, and they're going to kill her and put another one in place. So the Chinese government, that my perception of it is a little bit like that. Okay, it's a very stable system. In some ways, it can be very creative as long as the creativity is focused to help the nest. Okay, it should not be focused to help yourself. Okay, at the expense of the nest. Okay, if it's perceived like that, you're gonna get hit on the head, and that's what happened to Alibaba's CEO. Last year or 2 years ago now, gosh, time flies, and several other Chinese billionaires. Okay, they thought the Chinese government at some point said, those guys are spreading too much information about individuality and so on, instead of protecting the nest, and they didn't like that. Okay, so anyway, because of this, the Chinese government is trying to get in the Hong Kong. Hong Kong has a separate government system, okay? And it's only going to last till 2047, according to the contract that they've got. After that, who knows? It might be totally assimilated to the rest of the nest, or they might issue a new contract and with new conditions. I have no idea. But basically what they're saying here is that China, the mainland China, has tightened its grip on Hong Kong, and the city's digital assets industry has gone uneasy and shattered. Many firms have left Hong Kong or downsized their operations, mostly because right now there's a lot of uncertainty. They don't know what the new regulations are going to be, but the Hong Kong government is about to set some ground rules for crypto in Hong Kong. And some of the crypto companies, they are very, very optimistic. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's something to keep an eye on, because there's a lot of big companies, like you see here, FTX is there, BitMEX, Kinetic, and so on, US. They're all in Hong Kong. Well, or at least they have an office there. And the Chinese mind, the Chinese engineers really love crypto, even within mainland. It's just that the Chinese government has been putting its big fat paws all over them to try to control them. But the essence of crypto resonates really well with the Chinese mind. And that's why right now, what's a place that's booming is Singapore, because it's mostly Chinese there as well. And it looks to me that the future of crypto in Asia might go to Singapore. Okay, Singapore's the government there seems to want to position itself as a central crypto hub for Asia as well. They're trying to build infrastructures there. That's something to keep an eye on. Okay. All right. Next, liquid staking is coming. It's actually already there at Banky. Banky just announced the release of their liquid staking protocol on Avalanche. You can go at staking.banky.fi, and it looks like this. Now you're going to say, the hell is that? I'm going to make a video about it to explain it in greater detail. But I'm telling you, liquid staking, remember those two words, liquid staking. That's very exciting in 2022. You're going to see a lot of liquid staking happening left and right. Okay? Basically, if I read this article very briefly, but as I said, I'm going to make a full video just on this. The idea is that you're going to stake your Avalanche tokens, your AVAX. You're going to earn about 7% on that, and they're going to issue you a receipt. I think it's going to be V token, is it? No, they're going to issue you an S AVAX token, okay? And this X AVAX token, you can see here, you're getting 7.2%. And then you can take this S AVAX token and you can swap it for more AVAX tokens, and you could stake again, and so on, in loop, 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 loop. And that could improve your yield here. You could also do, like in the time to be your own bank videos, as I explained, you could take this, swap it for something else, invest it somewhere else. You could stake it for, like swap it for AVAX, and you find another place that gives you, I don't know, 15% return on your AVAX, and there you go. So now you got you buy one AVAX and you get two AVAXs, earning you more yield. Okay, that's the power of liquid staking. Okay, we're going to see a lot of liquid staking. That's a trend right now. Okay, keep your eyes open on liquid staking. A lot of stuff is going to happen this year on various networks, Avalanche and Phantom, I believe. So next, this is a new thing also. It's called Dexalot. So where's that? It's the first club DEX. We're going to explain what a club is. Again, I'm probably going to make a video about this soon because it's new technology and I think it's exciting. and we're going to see a lot more of it. And it's also on Avalanche, this one. So club is Central Limit Order Book. That's what it stands for. And the first one, the first Central Limit Order Book DEX on Avalanche. Okay, it's new technology, supposed to bring a ton of benefits. So we're definitely going to talk about this. There's already an AMA from these fine people that you can listen and watch, and they're probably going to explain it as well. But video coming for this. I'm definitely making a video. Talking about video, today I made another video. It's about white whale. We talked about that at the last episode. Somebody suggested that I look into it. Thank you very much. I made a quick video about white whale, and I showed how super easy it is to use. Basically, it's just as easy as depositing or staking UST on the protocol. So you can, do I have time to post it today? I recorded it today. I may not have time to post it today, so you'll see it tomorrow. All right, but the video has been recorded already, so we're going to post it tomorrow. And have a look. I think it's very exciting. Now, watch the part where I talk about the audit. It's been audited already. The auditors thought it was very good protocol, very well structured and all that, but there are two interesting warnings that you need to be aware of. Okay, so although I think it's a very exciting project, I think it gives you a lot more yield than just depositing your UST at Anchor. At Anchor right now you can get 19.5%. On white whale, you by default the minimum is 19.5%, because by default, if they're not doing any arbitraging, you're getting the 19.5% because they're going to deposit automatically on Anchor. But if the UST goes off peg, either below peg or above peg, it will automatically take your money and invest it in arbitraging opportunities, and you're going to get extra yield from this. So basically you're getting 19.5% plus the benefits from the arbitraging deals that they're going to make. Okay, so that's a fun thing. It's like basically it's totally delta neutral, in the sense that whether UST goes down, goes up, or stays the same, you make money. Okay, you make money when it goes down, you make money when it goes up, and you make money when it stays stable. It's totally delta neutral, no impermanent loss. You know, aside from the two warnings that I talk about in the audit, which you need to watch, it's really neat. It's a very nice protocol. Okay, very easy to do, very passive income. Don't have to do anything, just deposit there and leave it there. That's it. Okay, so, and it's a stable coin opportunity. So definitely it should be, if you're interested in stable coins, you want to beat inflation, that should definitely be part of, you should consider that as part of your portfolio. Okay, I might add it to my safe portfolio strategy next week. Maybe I'm going to do that, take some of the money from the $1,000 that I have and put a little bit, maybe, I don't know, 100 to 100 on that white whale protocol. Okay, because we can get at least 20% on it, so why not? Okay, so question time. Let me see what you guys have been talking about while I was yapping away. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How is Thailand? Thailand's fantastic. That's why I'm here. I love this channel, so educational. Thank you very much for watching. Sue painted a picture of you behind me. I did that myself. That's software. That's AI that did this. Yeah, it's AI. I think it did a pretty good job. I like the picture. I make you paint an NFT. It's already available as an NFT. I made a video about this a long time ago. You guys don't follow me. Yeah. Well, you don't watch all my videos. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show it to you, just for the fun of it. I don't expect anybody to buy it, but it can be fun for you to have a look. Let's change the wallet. And which one is it? I think I put it on Matic, no? Account. Profile. Come on, come on. So, see, I have a DeFi Crypto Today profile. And there's all kinds of crap here. And we have my lovely NFT self-portrait collection. Yeah, so see, it's a bargain at 0.001 Ether. And, okay, because I didn't want people to pay huge gas fees, if, you know, nobody bought this, okay? I don't expect anybody to buy it. But if anybody is interested, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, it's on the Matic network, so your gas fees would be less than $0.01, okay? So, yeah. Oh, you can at least leave a little heart on it if you like it. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to buy anything. All right, so what looks like the future of DAOs in crypto world? DAOs, what do you mean? Olympus forks? Olympus, okay, created something really amazing that nobody's looking at. Only programmers know, okay? It's protocol on liquidity. That never existed before. All that people focus on is the super crazy high APY and whatever, and then Wonderland jumped on that, and then Wonderland went up like this, and then crashed like that, and now everybody's yelling at Daniele because they lost 95% of their value. But the power of the Ohm fork coding is protocol on liquidity. A lot of projects are going to get into protocol on liquidity because it stabilizes the treasury of the protocol, and the protocol can generate further income, and they can use this money to pay for all kinds of nice things, okay? They can use it to develop the protocol further. They can use it to buy back tokens, or God knows what they want to do, okay? It's a very powerful tool. Regular investors don't care about that, but coders do, okay? White Whale, for instance, uses the protocol on liquidity system, and they recoded it for the Terra system. They're not an Ohm fork at all. They've got nothing to do with Ohm forks. But they look at that code and they say, wow, this is really good. We need this, okay? So they took just that part of the code and they adapted it for the Terra ecosystem, because it's not EVM compatible, so they had to recode it anyway, okay? So Ohm forks, what's going to happen in the future, my guess, okay, is that you're going to see all kinds of modifications that are going to be made to the original model. There's a video that's coming. They started as an own fork, and now they're changing their model. They're using NFTs to boost their the APY of the investors and so on. It's a different take on the original own fork. They're trying to distance themselves from the original system, and they want the APY to be driven by the market. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of things, a lot of experiments that are going to be tried. Okay. And from time to time, I'm going to make videos about them. Some of these videos will be paid videos because these people are very creative and they want to give their new ideas a chance. And if I think those ideas have any merit, I'm going to take their sponsorship and I'm going to talk about it. If I think it's bullshit, I'm not taking their money and I'm not going to make a video about it. Okay? I'm very, very selective. I receive so many offers every day. I receive about 20 different offers a day. Out of that, maybe I take 1 or 0. Okay? There's a lot of bad projects out there, or projects that I think are not worth the time. Okay? But if they have something that looks innovative, and if I think the solution is worth a try, then I'm going to show it to you guys. And it's up to you to decide, okay, I don't like it, I like it. And again, every single project I talk about, if it's new, especially if it's brand new, okay, always consider it as a gamble. Okay? I'm not trying to share Project X, and I'm not going to say Project X is going to go 100x from now and you're going to become a millionaire overnight. I never say that. I never say that because that's a lie. Okay? That's a total lie. I'm always honest with you guys, okay? Every single project I talk about, even whether it's sponsored or not sponsored, okay? Always take it as a gamble. And because it's a gamble, you're not going to gamble your entire fortune on a single project, are you? Okay? Gamble a tiny amount of money. Put me, you know, what I do when I make the videos, very often I put like $50, $100 on a project to show you how it works. Well, that's the size of my gamble. Okay? I gamble $50. I gamble about $100 on a project. Okay, myself. That's my own money that I put there. Okay, why? Because I know it's super risky. Okay, 9 out of 10 of new nine project out of 10 that's brand new right now will fail within a month or 6. Okay, most of the videos I talk about, if the project is not over a year old, it will fail. It's just a fact of life. It's business. If you never started a business before, well, be aware of this. If you want to start a business, chances are you will fail 9 times out of 10. And that's normal. It's not because you're stupid. Okay? Many of these projects are done by very smart people. Okay? It just... the market conditions are not right. Maybe there was some aspects of the project they did not think about. Somebody went into the system and hacked into it. You know, or there's a competition found something better to replace what they already built, and so on. Okay? There's a million things that can happen. So always think of any of these projects I talk about as a gamble. Even the White Whale, which is audited already, and I think it's a fantastic project, I'm not going to put all my money on this. I think because I read the audit and there were some significant risks, I'm going to put a reasonable amount of money on it, but not my entire portfolio on that. Okay? I think the project is very good, but I think it's also has some sizable risks. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like people were introduced to DAO through Wonderland and Jade, and those are not really true DAOs, or am I wrong? Okay, Jade is not a DAO. Jade is a known fork, and it's not a DAO. Wonderland is a known fork, and it's a DAO. A DAO means decentralized autonomous organization. You know what that means? It means the token holders own the rights to vote. At Jade, they don't care, okay? The guy who started the project decides what to do, okay? So it's not a DAO. It's not functioning as a DAO. It doesn't ask you for your opinion, okay? And it's a little bit like you're a shareholder at Apple or Tesla or Google or whatever, okay? You own shares, you have a right to vote. You can vote and change Tim Cook if you're not happy with him. Okay, if enough people vote to change Tim Cook at Apple because they think he did something stupid, they can vote him out and replace him with someone else. That's the power that shareholders have. Okay, with DAOs, it's even more complicated because you can decide on just about any aspect of the management of the system. You know, you can change policies and so on. If there's enough vote for it, you can change just about anything. So it's very cumbersome and difficult, especially the first few months when you're starting the business. The right way to do this, because a lot of protocols that are today functioning as decentralized autonomous organizations, when they started, they were not decentralized because it's too difficult to react quickly and make quick decisions when things go wrong, okay? And eventually, when things are stabilized and the project is running smoothly, then they say, okay, now it's time to convert this into a real DAO. Problem is, right now, a lot of people have to expedite the DAO process because of government regulations. If it's not a DAO, it's centralized. If it's centralized, the government is going to get to your door, knock there, and say, shut down, or come here, you're in court, and we're going to sue your ass. If it's a DAO, they can't do that because it doesn't have an office, it doesn't have anything. You know, it's up in the cloud. Okay? So there are lots of things like that. Now, make sure you always use the right words. Okay, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. The word DAO has nothing to do with, you know, Olympus forks. Some Olympus forks are DAOs, some Olympus forks are not DAOs. It just, people confuse the words and they just make things more difficult for regular folks to understand. So don't confuse the words, use the right words. Time to use the secret network. I totally agree, and I keep saying a video is coming, but I promise a video is coming. I work 16 hours a day, okay? It takes time to make a video, especially with the secret network. There's a lot of stuff to understand to make this work, okay? And I want to make a nice long video about an hour, so I'm gonna have to spend like a lot of time doing research, putting the pieces together, and have a scenario that makes sense for you guys to watch. So it's coming, coming, I promise, but we're definitely going to talk about the secret network. Okay, they can blacklist it, but I don't think it stops you from being able to move it. Okay. It depends where you are. If you are on a centralized exchange, okay, they can, let's say you're on Binance or Coinbase, right? And they're going to send a court order to Binance or Coinbase or whatever other centralized exchange you're at. They're going to say, aha, this guy, freeze his account. Don't let him take any cash out or any crypto out of that. And they're going to be forced to do it. Okay? Why they can do it? Because it's centralized. Okay, they just have to send the legal documents to the office of the centralized exchange, because as an office it's centralized. Okay, and that's why there's the power of decentralization. Okay, it keeps you free. You see, I'm very much for freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to make money, and freedom to keep it. Okay? And I don't think governments should have the right to take our property. Okay? Just because they decide it's in the public interest. Okay? Because you decide not to get vaccinated, and then they say, okay, well, now we take your property away, give me a break. That's the most ridiculous thing. Okay, I don't think government should have the right to do that. Any government, I don't care where they are. All right, is decentralized a good option to invest in? I haven't really looked into Decentralization. Hopefully it's decentralized with a name like that. It's probably a DAO if it's really decentralized. Okay. But in terms of investment, is it worth investing there? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I've not done a deep dive into this. I should probably make a video about it. So yeah, Decentraland, I'll keep a note of it. Most DAOs will be dead. Candyland died last week. Okay, stop using the word DAO, please. Most own forks will be dead. Is crypto big in Thailand? Yes, it is. Very big. Just to give you an idea, Binance is banned here. Everybody's on Binance. They also have local centralized exchanges. But the problem is, if you buy there, you have to pay 7% VAT, VAT, value added tax. So who wants to pay 7% tax on crypto? Don't know about Thailand, but it's surely big in emerging markets. Yeah. You see, the thing is, emerging markets understand that fiat currency is worthless. Because in many emerging markets, the governments just print too much money, okay? And they devalue their currency so much, it's worthless. So, I mean, when you have like crazy high inflation, okay, and you want to buy, I don't know, a bottle of milk, and you have to pay, and on your bill it says $200 million, okay, or whatever the name of the currency is in that country. It gives you an idea, right, that the money is not worth much. So because the fiat money is not worth much, these people are very enlightened to the fact that crypto has more value than fiat. Okay, if you go to Nigeria, for instance, almost half the people use crypto already. Okay, compared to what? I think it's 9% in the US now, or something like that. Okay, they're very well aware that fiat is worthless. Are you still invested in Om? Yes, I bought it a long time ago. I'm not selling. I'm not selling. What's the point of selling and incur a loss? I don't need a tax loss right now. My accountant, doesn't think I need one anyway. And Om is, okay, Om already has an ecosystem built in place, okay? And as I said, they created the protocol on liquidity, and they're selling that to other protocols. And they're building alliances all the time, and there's all kinds of stuff that's building around that ecosystem. Okay, I don't think it's going to die. It might be very different from what it was last year, but something's going to happen at some point, and I think it's going to take off again. The problem is that with the Om fork model that we're all aware of, is that it's not good during a market downturn. It's terrible during a market downturn. It looks like a total train wreck, okay? Because people are naturally greedy, okay? And people are very fearful when market crash. They think the end of the world happens, which never happens. There's never been an end of the world. There's never going to be an end of the world. I'm not worried about Ukraine or anything like that. There's not going to be a third world war with nuclear power that's going to exterminate everybody on the planet. Okay, don't worry about that. That's just propaganda. And also, Mr. Joe Biden is trying to make sure that he has the population focusing on Ukraine instead of focusing on his own performance. Because the U.S. is having midterms this year, okay, and they don't want the Democrats to look too bad, right? So they're showing something else, okay? Oh, look at this. Look this. Don't pay attention to me behind, okay? Look at Ukraine right now. Okay. Oh yeah, a war is imminent in Ukraine. We're expecting one in about 10 minutes. Don't buy all the propaganda, no matter what the country is. Okay, no matter what the country is, don't buy the propaganda. It's just, politicians. You want to know when a politician is lying? Watch the lips moving. When the lips are moving, they're lying. Oh yes, I'm investing in home and Wonderland time. I pulled out time and into strong. Good for you. How are your returns on strong these days? I don't have any returns on strong. Strong returns per day are per node. You see, the problem is I have a lot of friends in strong. None of them can tell me how strong makes its money. I really hope it's not a total Ponzi. Okay, I looked at it, and the only thing I saw where they were generating income was like selling their NFTs for the Polygon network. And there were a couple of other places where they were actually selling something and generating income outside of just redistributing node tokens, strong tokens. I don't know how sustainable that project is. I always worry when I don't understand where the money is made of. Okay, I need to know how they make money. If I don't understand how they make money, I cannot tell if it's sustainable or not. What is the minimum investment to get it strong? A lot. Came for the crypto, learn about Ant Colony. I know. You're going to learn so much watching this show here. I'm an encyclopedia of trivial knowledge. Stay for some time, you will have learned all colonial history. Probably, yes. Right. Where are we? Hang on, I moved this thing too fast. Where are we? Crypto resonates well with those countries that are not world reserve currencies. Okay. World reserve currency, there's only one. Okay. But I think and I said that in the previous episodes of Daily News. I believe that what's truly happening with Ukraine and Russia is that Russia is trying to use Bitcoin as the new reserve currency because they'd like to be independent from the US dollar, and they'd like to be able to trade their gigantic natural resources. They've got a ton of petroleum, oil, gas, diamonds, gold, and wood, and any kind of mineral that's used in high tech that you can think of. Okay, they got a ton of it. Think about it: 1/8 of all the land that's not submerged. Okay, on Earth is in Russia. That's a lot of land, and that's a lot of natural resources. A lot. Okay? They can outlive the rest of the planet, you know, even if they were completely isolated, okay? All the resources they've got in that country, they could outlive the rest of the world for hundreds of years, okay? Without needing to buy anything from anybody outside. All right. Yes, indeed, that's illegally currency in El Salvador, yes. And I think a lot of countries are going to follow suit eventually. Might take a while, but it's going to happen. Serrano's like 3 coins, so that's 3,800. Funny, CFO Midas DAO is on vacation in Thailand. I'm going to tell you one thing. Everybody comes to Thailand. Thailand, normally, okay, when it's not COVID, okay, receives 30 million visitors per year. That's more than Paris and London. Okay, we're number one. Bangkok is the number one tourist destination of the planet. Everybody from everywhere comes here. Okay, we have gigantic airports, and they're not big enough. We keep expanding them. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and especially when the Chinese come back, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of people here. Okay, CFO Midas. That will be the case. They will have wiped out most of our capital, and now they're enjoying our money. Who's enjoying your money? I don't know what you're talking about. Stop spreading FUD. Okay, Midas out. There we go. Only 4 out of 10x business survives in the long term. That's true. Like even less than 4 out of 10. 4 out of 100. Yeah, probably right. Always odds are against, and we're like angel investors in the crypto universe. Pretty much. And that's why I say it's a gamble. That's why I say it's a gamble, right? Are we talking about multivac today? Oh, I didn't talk about multivac today. Sorry, I forgot about multivac today. It's everywhere. It's not everywhere because I haven't seen it today. Don't exaggerate. Maybe I missed, but what are those NFT behind you? Those are my NFTs that I made many months ago. I made episodes about NFTs, how to create NFTs, how to put them up on OpenSea without having to pay any gas fees and so on. So that's what those NFTs are about. You don't need to buy any of them, but at least put a little heart. Okay, it's free. Maybe protocols are here to make money with magic, not so hard to understand. I don't know what you're saying. All right, I agree with you about Russia. This month, the Security Council president is in the Russian Federation, so we play sleight of hand game. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, how much time do we have? We don't have a lot of time left. So, do you have any other questions? It's going to be last call. Okay, and tomorrow we'll do more news. All right, last questions. Anybody? All right. So, by the way, if you have suggestions for new episodes or either a full video on a very interesting topic, I can do that. And if you have a suggestion for the news, if you want a new format or whatever, we can talk about that as well, because this is still experimental, the way I'm doing it right now. Okay? It's not cast in stone yet. So, what's this? Thanks you, Sunday. Yes, we're going to do this. We're going to do Saturday live news, Sunday live news, and also the private AMA with the paid members on Sunday. Yes. Why can't you, other knowledgeable YouTuber, some start some kind of DAO? You want me to start a DAO? First of all, okay, if you mean another own fork, I'm probably not going to start another own fork. The model has a lot of flaws. Okay, there's some good stuff in it, but as it stands, it's not a very good model, especially when the market goes down. So I wouldn't start an own fork. I'm thinking about a project, but it's very nebulous. It's not well structured yet. And that's, I don't know, maybe this year, maybe next year, we'll figure out something. I'm helping other people very remotely on other projects, though. Some people ask me for advice, so I give them advice, but nothing very, very concrete yet. Okay, message retracted. Okay, thank you. Please start some kind of DAO. Well, as I said, when it's ready, we will start a project. But right now, I think it's premature, especially in these market conditions. Okay? And don't forget, it doesn't take a weekend to start something like this. Remember I talked about Brink? Brink has been in development for 2 years. Okay, I think it's an excellent project. I'm hoping to see what is going to happen in the next couple of months, if they're going to succeed or not. But it's a very, very interesting project. So hopefully you'll have a look at it. But yeah, it's you have to understand that some projects, you know, they launch today, but there's been 2 years of development to get to here. Okay. In many cases, you know, these projects are not just, you know, you see a lot of forks and you think, oh, these things have been done over a weekend, maybe in some cases when it's really crappy. But when you have a new project that's quite elaborate, it's probably been in the works for a year or two, okay? So even if I want to start a project right now, okay, it's probably not going to be ready before the end of the year. Okay, or early next year at best. Okay, all right, so more political current event takes, insightful. Well, that's what I try to do. I look at the news, I try to find a crypto angle, and I look at crypto news as well, and I try to find you know, what really they're saying in there. Okay, don't just read what they're saying. Okay, in the news, there's a lot of propaganda, and you need to be able to read between the lines, and you need to understand what the truth really is. Okay, like yesterday when Charlie Munger was saying that crypto is a venereal disease. Okay, and then you had people that are certified financial advisors, and they say, oh, you shouldn't have more than 1% of your entire portfolio into crypto, which is like bullshit. That's because they have vested interests. Okay, Charlie Munger is a very smart man, okay, but he's managing hundreds of billions of dollars, right? And crypto could you know, destabilize his empire. Okay, and when it comes to certified financial advisors, by law, they're not allowed to recommend crypto to you. So obviously they're not, and that's why they're saying, "Oh no, crypto is too risky. Don't invest in that." Okay, it is risky, but that's the only place where you can beat inflation aside from real estate. There's nowhere else you can beat inflation right now except real estate and crypto. Okay, all right, that's it for today. I need to go. My time is up. Okay, so we'll see you again tomorrow night. Tomorrow, whatever time slot you are, but around the same time. around the same time. No, what am I saying? That's not true. Not around the same time. We're going to come in earlier. We're going to come in earlier, probably around 11 a.m. American Eastern Standard Time. That's what I'm hoping for, because at noon I have to do something else. So we're going to try to do it early morning, 11 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. All right. So try to put that in your calendar, or ring the bell. Ring the bell. The bell should send you a notification, no? Shouldn't it? It should, right? All right, that's it for today. I gotta go. All right. All right, thanks you so much for watching, and keep on watching. We need the views.